all remember Greg Gutfeld. He's the guy from Fox News. He's got a comedy show on there
called Gutfeld.
Is that still going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does quite well.
Awesome. I know.
Now, there's some things that are commercially viable and also unfunny, and Greg Gutfeld is one of those.
Yeah, think of him as like the Big Bang Theory of late night TV.
Yeah. Here he is at the Turning Points USA conference the other day, explaining why conservative people are, what motivates them. And it's really, really thoughtful response.
I don't know, like even drag queen story hour, if you talk about it, people go, oh, you're so staid. It's like, no, dude, drag queen story hour, I'd love it. But there's something that we used to call age appropriateness. That's all we're saying. We're saying if you want to do your drag queen story hour, you go ahead, do it do it with your children, your family. But you know what? There's something like,
pause it for 1 second. There's nobody who's ever been to a drag queen story hour who has been there against their will. That has never, ever, ever happened.
Also, who are the kids if not with their families at these events?
Exactly.
Like, he says, do it with your family. Aren't they doing it with their
They are, but do it in the privacy of your own home. Don't rub our faces in it, which is what they've said about gay people for decades.
If you want to do your drag queen story hour, you go ahead, do it do it with your children, your family. But you know what? There's something like third graders, don't you like? There's something insane about that, and so that the Republican Party is now becoming the voice for sense, and they're becoming the voice for just chaos and weirdness.
Yeah, and then you're the bigot for saying that. Yes, probably not a good thing to have second graders exposed.
Exactly. And there's something wrong with you. And this is the funny thing that like. What have you gone through for the past 15 years? You've been called a racist. So what's kind of what I always look for the kind of like the correlation. The correlation is calling them a groomer. Watch them how upset they get.
No, that's where you kicked off Twitter.
Yeah, if you call them a groomer, it's like okay, so now you know how it feels. Every time I did something on Fox, I was called a racist or a bigot, and there was no evidence whatsoever. So now I go like, okay, so you're for this. Sounds to me like you're a groomer. What kind of adult stranger would want to keep things from the parents of other children? That sounds like a groomer.
So Greg, just to kind of...
I mean, let's be clear here. There's none of what he's talking about happens. These kids are taken to these shows by their parents, by their own parents.
And then there are red books and there's colorful costumes.
I wonder if he has ever referred to, and there's something like, I don't know, I feel like dozens in the past month of pastors around the country have been found with child pornography or been accused of child molestation. I wonder if he ever refers to like the Catholic Church as a grooming factory.
Nope.
Probably not. That would be my guess. But if you really are looking for evidence of something like that, that's what it is.
You'd think that there was an incidence of some kid being abused at a drag queen story hour to get these things to get that much attention, but there's actually not that. Otherwise, they would be publicizing it endlessly.
They're being read to. And books are ridiculous.
Right. And to Gutfeld's credit, he did say, I hope Roy Moore loses in the race for the known groomer himself. But he does not reserve that same criticism for his Republican colleagues at Fox News who still supported that guy.
And just the idea that like there's some type of correlation or what, I think the word he was looking for, analogy maybe? I'm not sure.
But it's all retribution. It is still like some derivation of look what you made me do, right? You're going to call me a racist. I'm going to call you a pedophile. Even though I am doing racist things, I'm going to en masse call liberals pedophiles. It's the same thing.
But there's a Gutfeld at the youth organization TPUSA.
AmericaFest
in Arizona, where they lost the youth vote by the greatest margin, I think, around the country.
Do you think we should have a sort of permanent chyron that advertises our merchandise like they do? Because I think trying to learn from the right, and they always have like 15% off TPUSA.
We got to do a coupon code. That's what we got to get going. Absolutely. We got to get the merch up there. We got to move some merch. Hey, it's Christmas time, folks. If you're looking to buy some merch, go over to the Majority Report store. I guess we should have pushed that a couple weeks ago. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy.